All right, pardon my mess. I just woke up. It's 6:03, and oh yeah, I got to turn off this. There we go. I'm working out stuff for my new comic right now too that comes after Tarzan. So I'm going to show you a little bit about my story design process. I've got down to the final panel here, and I just redrew her face. And I'll tell you for why. I've learned a couple of things about drawing faces the last few days. This is my work sketchbook. This is called Obscura. You can't see it right now, but in black light it says Obscura. And one of the things I've been doing, oh, here it is in the back, is this is called the 100 Heads, Draw 100 Heads Challenge. This is my very first one. You can say I started skipping around after a while. Like day 3 starts, this is 21 over here, but 1, 2, I number them all. And when you draw 100 of something, you can learn something about it. And one thing I've learned is a little bit better sense of proportions. I'm quite close to the end of this sketchbook. Yesterday I did 61 through 70 right here. And I'm just getting the pictures off of Pinterest. And one of the things I learned, when you're drawing faces, and there's a face right there, is the proportions better. And I know her eyes are a bit too big, but that's fine. It's this percentage that throws me off. It's the chin, and then even like I've got the head sort of tilted back a little bit, but where the nose starts, because you have this thing, the philtrum, which I may or may not draw in, but it's there. And then the nose kind of goes there. And I had this really, I had the mouth in the wrong place and the nose in the wrong place, or at least the in a way that did not look, it looked a bit distorted. So I drew her a little bit more normal here. And I know her eyes are probably off. I think her eyes are too big. And eventually you get to this sort of Mr. Potato Head thing where you're kind of moving the features around, shrinking them down, etc. This is still the pencil layer. So let's go ahead and switch to the ink layer. Oh, I had too much hair. So I highly recommend that 100 Heads challenge. If you've never tried it, it's worth a try. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. That looks pretty good to me. I always darken the upper lip, even if it's not meant to be darkened. It's just because, when you're looking at the planes of the face, the upper lip is an inclined plane, right? If we were looking at it from the side, the upper lip is at this plane, 30 degrees or something. So this one will have light, and this one should have darkness or shade, even if it doesn't particularly show in the reference. In inking, you want to at least show that you're hinting at the planes of the face. So I'll often black it out. I mean, you don't have to, but it's often worthwhile. On male characters, maybe not as important, but sometimes it's important. A lot of the best guys always drew them. Drew the lips, even on male characters. Neil Adams always did. Okay. Okay. And then finally, the chin has always perplexed me. One thing I learned, another thing I learned while I was doing the 100 Heads challenge is, the way most people learn to draw heads, it's the Loomis method where you set your crossbar up and all that. Um, and you're finding the center line goes right here. Or maybe it's put some eyes in, and you put your mouth in. But it's become easier to me, for whatever reason, to find the chin line first. And then the lips above the chin line. Then you want to figure out where the upper part of the lip is. And then the philtrum and the nose. And then once you have the nose, it's a bit easier for at least for me. Like everyone's different, obviously. Um, but that chin helps me kind of set the rules for the rest of the head. Now I am sort of drawing the whole head shape first, and if I don't have that also correct, but like it sort of implies a good chin shape, that's in there. Anyway, everyone in this comic has dark hair, so I have to keep doing the same style of hair inking. I used to call it Vitalis hair. I was thinking of giving her a top light, like the light's coming directly down. Ear is back here. We could even do like she's got, this is how she looks so far. I'm wondering if you can do kind of subtle things with the eyes. So, what's the next page? Well, we have to show Tarzan fighting against control on the next page. I haven't drawn this yet. If you look at my stuff here, it's blank. Tarzan fights against control. Um, but we're going to have this character as the sort of unexpected X factor. She's going to, while Tarzan fights against control, she's got to do something that disrupts the ritual, throws everything off, breaks the concentration of the sorceress, and then she's got a thinner neck. And then that allows Tarzan to break free. All right. And I'm looking at her. I think I made her neck a little bit too long. But luckily, in the land of digital painting or digital drawing, we just grab the whole rest of the drawing. We're gonna move it up just a little bit. There we go. Something like that. I made her shoulder a bit too broad by doing that, but that's okay. We can fix that. I told you we could fix it. All right. Hands. This is the outside of our hand. Female hands are different than male hands. When it comes to female hands, I'm tempted always to draw, well, these are out of proportion. I'm always tempted to draw like the Kirby square hands because those are what I grew up looking at, as far as the comics. And I like the look of them. All right, here we go. She looks a bit naked now. I assure you, she will not be naked when it's finished. All right, let's get that back in there. This is her torso. Come in at the waist, out at the hips. He's hiding behind this wall. We should have most of her together at this point. Okay, we're close. And here's actual size. I made her a lot thicker than I had expected. Okay. I think she has like a. Let me go over what she looks like again. If I put her in this one, there she is right there. And there she is right there. That's the sister. And there she is right there. This is before I did the 100 heads challenge too, so I'm still in the 100 heads challenge, by the way. I'm only up to 70. So I got 3 more days. You only do 10 a day. Gonna let this lesson sink in. All right. Okay, as long as there's no gaps, we can probably do flood fill. Yep, it worked. Like that. Same deal there. Okay. We're very close here. And I think what we might do, let's put the bubble in, speech bubble in. We might do a blackout panel back here. So let's get our speech bubble in. I can't have her saying it out loud because the whole premise of this is that she's going to be sneaking up on the sorceress next. So I want to make sure that she's just thinking it. She's becoming determined to rescue Tarzan, or to help. And also to rescue her sister, right? So there she is, Tarzan now. And then we go back into ink layer, black. And I think what we might do is we can't do the same as this, which is different. Whoops. No, this doesn't look great right now. Okay, so we've got that so far. All right, what are we? I'm still on the technical pen. I should have been on the Gesinki ink. Let's do this part with the technical pen at least up to here. And here's our blackout panel. Oh, it didn't work. What's missing? Why is it? Why don't it work? It should work all the way up to at least this point, right? Oh, maybe not. Maybe there's problems. Well, I wasn't zoomed in enough to see. Okay, let's try it again. There we go. Now to get this to look good, and I'm not saying it looks great right now, you have to have nice sharp delineations on your thing. That's why I do the kind of the fast stroke. Fast and deliberate strokes was what you need here. And that preserves the outline of her, and the outline of the wall lets us showcase her face. And I think we can even go kind of around her. And hopefully, hopefully, hopefully it'll look good. I think I need to get back to Gesinki because I'm getting back in outlines. But like a close outline of her or something like that. And of course, if you do this wrong, you lose your outlines that you worked just so hard on a second ago. So trying to get that, let's see, that actually kind of worked, but it covered it up, so that's missing. So now we've lost all the outlines, but we can just pull it back out. So what's broken? Obviously, there's a some integrity fault in here somewhere. Probably inside this thing. Let's do this. We can isolate it. That worked out okay. That worked out okay. That seems okay. It's in here somewhere. Oh, I know where it probably is. It's over here. All right. That's pretty good. And it kind of preserves our outline. It lets us know that she's in the dark here. Um, One good thing to use for reference if you have one of these is find an old, not a new, but an old Batman comic drawn by Sheldon Moldoff and study how he does Batman hiding in the shadows because, Batman has a dark costume and he's often hiding in the shadows. So you got to figure out all the tricks there. And if you want to see a more modern way of doing it, find very specifically Mazzucchelli drawing Batman. There are no other Batman artists of note. Frank Miller, maybe. But I don't know. Frank Miller, I think he's only a Batman artist because he wanted to draw crime. True crime. I love Frank Miller. All right. Mazzucchelli is my favorite. Well, I like David Mazzucchelli. I like Sheldon Moldoff. I like the old guys. All right. And I think we've got it at this point. We've simplified our lives a bit. We've got a bit of the. Let me get back into the Gasinki brush. Whoops. Erase anything that seems to have fallen outside the purvey. And we don't even have to do that, actually. We can leave that kind of hidden. Kind of works. That's a problem right there, isn't it? Okay. This, I think, is close enough for rock and roll, for what we want to do with it to tell our story. I can make her look a little bit more worried in her expression. And we're good. Now I got to figure out what to draw for the next page. But I think this is working. Oh, we're removing the panel borders here, right? Wasn't that a decision? There we go. So let's, so I don't get confused. Let's delete it. And we can kind of follow the whole sequence now. All right, come on now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. And then 9, I still have to draw. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, follow, and subscribe. I'll be drawing more Tarzan today. Although the video won't be posted until tomorrow. More comics every day. And I think we're going to get started on the next comic series, but I'm going to show you all the pre-work. I'm going to show you how we do the development of all of the characters and character designs and all of the ideas that go in, and maybe that'll help you when you want to come up with your comic story. All the things you might think about. And I guess my caveat is that this is just how I do it. If you want to do it a different way, you're welcome to it. It's fine. Everyone does it a little differently. I know I'm definitely different. The one thing to never listen to is somebody who tells you that this is the way it must be done. If you think you can do it a different way, give it a shot. You may find that the way that they're giving you advice really is the best way, though. A lot of these methods are time tested and true, right? So it's worth a shot. But a lot of people are also taking an entire year to draw 20 pages, and that's not going to help you get very far, because repetition and volume is key to actually learning anything, and this is not a sport you can sort of just study about and get good at it. It's like you can't just read a book and play baseball. You can't just read a book and play chess. You have to actually do it, right? So these are methods that I think will get you sort of the hands-on experience. All right, talk to you later.